Let me tell you something right now. If you're tired of feeling stuck, if you're sick of setting goals and watching them drift farther away, if you've ever looked at your life and wondered, why does it feel like nothing's working for me? I'm about to give you the mindset that breaks chains, the rule that flips your whole life from frustration to manifestation. This right here, this isn't just another motivational talk. This is a wake-up call for your destiny. This is a challenge to your excuses. This is the moment where you either rise or stay stuck, because there's one rule that separates the people who win from the people who whine, the people who break through from the people who break down. And here it is. I don't care how long it takes. If I want it, I will get it. This is the declaration that moves mountains. The mindset that unlocks doors, the faith stance that makes the impossible bow at your feet. So get ready, because by the end of this video on Myron Golden track, you won't just feel motivated, you'll feel unstoppable. Lock in, turn up the volume, and let's go all the way in. Your desire must be stronger than your deadline. Let's get something clear right now. If your desire isn't bigger than your deadline, you're going to quit before you even get close. And this is where most people mess up. They let time control their hunger. They let the calendar dictate their commitment. They start with fire, but when the days drag on, when the weeks turn into months, when the months turn into years, they start cooling off their temporary frustration. But here's the truth. The people who make it in life, the people who build businesses, break records, change legacies, and leave a mark on this earth, they don't live by deadlines. They live by desire. They live by decision. They live by destiny. You've got to want it so bad that the clock becomes irrelevant. You've got to want it so deep that the date on the calendar has no power over you. You've got to want it so intensely that even if it takes you a year, 5 years, 10 years, quitting is not an option. See, deadlines are man-made. They're arbitrary. They're external. But desire comes from within. Desire comes from the gut. Desire is what keeps you awake at night and wakes you up early in the morning. Desire makes you grind when no one's watching. Desire makes you pray harder, work longer, study deeper, and stretch yourself beyond comfort. And let me tell you, when your desire is real, the deadline doesn't scare you. It motivates you. It reminds you that your breakthrough is on the other side of your persistence. Some of you started with excitement, but somewhere along the way, you let a missed deadline convince you that it's not going to happen. Stop measuring your destiny by your schedule. God doesn't need your calendar to bless you. Heaven doesn't care what year it is. The harvest is tied to your obedience, your consistency, and your unwillingness to fold under pressure. When you make the decision that you want it bad enough, when you decide that no matter how long it takes, no matter how many setbacks come, no matter how many doors close, no matter how many people leave, no matter how many nights you cry, you're still going to get it. That's when the atmosphere starts shifting. That's when doors start opening that used to stay shut. That's when opportunities find you instead of you chasing them. That's when resources show up out of nowhere. That's when the people you need start walking into your life at exactly the right time. But it all starts with desire. Real, burning, non-negotiable desire. You have to be so committed to the outcome that you're willing to suffer through the waiting. You're willing to embrace the struggle. You're willing to keep swinging even when you don't see results yet. Because when the desire is big enough, the struggle won't break you, it will build you. You can't let a deadline turn into a dead dream. Some of you gave yourself a 6-month goal, and now that it's month 7, you're ready to walk away. Some of you thought the breakthrough was coming in a year, but now it's been 2 years and you're questioning your assignment. Let me tell you, just because it didn't happen on your timeline doesn't mean it's not happening at all. You've got to reignite that fire. You've got to get your hunger back, you've got to look at the goal and say, I still want this. I still believe in this. I'm still coming for it. I'm not backing down. I'm not giving up. I don't care how long it takes. I'm going to get it. Because when your desire gets big enough, the deadline won't control you. You'll control the outcome. You're not waiting on time. You're waiting on your own decision. Too many people are sitting around waiting on time. Like time is some magic ingredient that's going to make everything happen for them. They say things like, I'm just waiting for the right time, when the timing is right, when the season shifts, and when the opportunity presents itself. Let me break this mindset right now. You're not waiting on time. Time is waiting on you. The only thing standing between you and your next level is a decision. Time by itself doesn't create results. Decision does. Action does. Faith does. You think the next month will change your life? You think flipping the calendar from July to August will suddenly bring you millions, heal your relationships, build your business, fix your mindset? No. What's going to change your life is when you decide fully, finally, and fiercely that you're done playing small, that you're done procrastinating, that you're done waiting for perfect conditions, that you're done asking for permission, that you're done living at 60% effort. The truth is, most people don't have a timing problem, they have a decision problem. They haven't decided to commit. They haven't decided to go all in. They haven't decided to show up every day whether they feel like it or not. They haven't decided to risk looking foolish, to risk failing forward, to risk starting messy but starting anyway. You're telling yourself that you're waiting for clarity, but clarity comes after commitment, not before. You're saying you're waiting for a sign, but the sign is the dream God already put in your heart. You're saying you're waiting for more resources, but resources flow to decision makers. Provision follows vision. The moment you decide, fully decide, the atmosphere starts shifting in your favor. Doors that were closed start creaking open. People that were ignoring you start paying attention. Opportunities that you couldn't see suddenly show up right in front of you. It's not magic, it's momentum. And momentum doesn't start until decision happens. Stop waiting on the universe to align. Stop waiting on people to believe in you. Stop waiting for the fear to go away. Make the decision now. Scared, uncertain, messy. Make the decision anyway. Some of you have been circling the same mountain for years, talking about what you're going to do, dreaming about what you want, wishing for things to change, but nothing changes until you decide that it must. You don't need another motivational video. You don't need another pep talk. You don't need another week of thinking about it. You need to decide today, right now, because once you decide, your energy shifts, your focus sharpens, your excuses die, your grind activates, and time stops being the barrier and starts becoming the blessing. Winners don't count the days, they make the days count. The difference between people who win and people who wish is simple. Winners don't sit around counting days, they make every single day count. See, losers look at the calendar and think, how long will this take? Winners wake up every morning and say, how much progress can I make today? It's a mindset shift, it's a focus shift, it's a heart shift. Most people waste their lives in countdown mode. They're always waiting for Friday, waiting for the weekend, waiting for next month, waiting for next year, waiting for motivation to show up, waiting for the perfect mood, waiting for the stars to align. And while they're counting, life is passing them by. Opportunities are slipping through their fingers. Time is moving with or without them. But the people who break through, the people who build empires, transform their lives, shift their family legacy, they don't waste days waiting for something to happen. They make something happen every day. They wake up with a sense of mission. They wake up with urgency. They wake up with focus. They wake up asking, what can I do today that gets me one step closer? What conversation can I have? What door can I knock on? What seed can I plant? What skill can I develop? What connection can I nurture? What mindset can I shift? They understand that every day is a brick. Every action is a brick. And what you build today becomes the foundation for the life you want tomorrow. Let me tell you, wishing doesn't build anything. Waiting doesn't build anything. Counting days doesn't build anything. Showing up and executing, that's what builds. Showing up when you're tired. Showing up when you're discouraged. Showing up when nobody's watching. Showing up when the results aren't instant. That's what separates the winners from everybody else. Some of you are caught in the trap of waiting for a big break. Let me tell you the truth. The big break is built with 1,000 small, consistent, intentional days where you didn't quit, where you didn't slack, where you didn't make excuses. Winners have a relationship with discipline that most people never develop. Winners fall in love with the process. Winners find joy in the grind. They're not just chasing the reward, they're chasing personal mastery. They're chasing excellence. They're chasing legacy. Because here's the reality. Success is cumulative. Every late night you stayed up working, it counted. Every early morning you woke up and put in the reps, it counted. Every rejection you pushed through, it counted. Every fear you silenced, it counted. Every skill you refined, it counted. You may not see the payoff today, you may not see it next week, but when you stack enough consistent days, when you stack enough disciplined decisions, when you refuse to sit back and just count the day, when you refuse to sit around waiting for success to knock on your door, when you decide to make every single day count, breakthrough becomes inevitable. So stop looking at the clock. Stop staring at the calendar. Stop giving more attention to the countdown than you do to the climb. Stop measuring how far you have to go and start maximizing what you can do with the day right in front of you. Because winners aren't sitting around hoping the days treat them well. They're out here making the days work in their favor. Your faith must outweigh your frustration. Let's get real right now. Your frustration is loud. It's screaming at you, telling you it's not working, telling you you're wasting your time, telling you you're not good enough, telling you to quit, telling you to take the easy way out. Frustration is relentless. It shows up when the results are delayed. It shows up when the doors keep closing. It shows up when people stop supporting you. It shows up when progress feels microscopic. But let me ask you a question. Is your faith louder than your frustration? Is your belief bigger than your burden? Is your conviction stronger than your current circumstance? Because the people who make it, the people who get the breakthrough, the people who move mountains, they made a decision somewhere along the way that their faith would outweigh their frustration. See, frustration is temporary, but faith is eternal. Frustration is based on what you see. Faith is based on what you believe. Frustration is rooted in circumstances. Faith is rooted in vision. Frustration focuses on the obstacle. Faith focuses on the outcome. You can't afford to let frustration be the loudest voice in your head. Frustration wants you to fold. Frustration wants you to doubt everything you prayed for. Frustration wants you to disconnect from the process. But faith says, keep going. Faith says, keep believing. Faith says, it's working even when you don't see it. Faith says, just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it won't happen at all. You've got to feed your faith and starving your frustration. You've got to speak life over your situation. You've got to remind yourself of every battle you've already won, every obstacle you've already overcome, every time you thought you wouldn't make it, but you did. Because frustration will magnify your problems, but faith will magnify your possibilities. When frustration says you've tried everything and nothing's working, faith says one more try might change everything. When frustration says you're not qualified, faith says I'm called. When frustration says you're wasting your time, faith says I'm investing in my future. When frustration says nobody believes in you, faith says as long as God believes in me, I'm unstoppable. When frustration says it's taking too long, faith says delay is just preparation in disguise. Some of you are one decision away from breakthrough, but frustration has you frozen. You're overthinking, you're second guessing, you're replaying every failure in your mind. And every time you get close to making the next move, frustration pulls you back. You've got to flip the script. You've got to let faith be the filter for every thought, every feeling, every decision. You've got to start talking to yourself like you already have the victory. You've got to start showing up like the door is already open. You've got to start preparing like the blessing is already in motion. Because when your faith outweighs your frustration, your actions change, your energy changes, your language changes, your persistence increases, your resilience strengthens. You stop reacting to the struggle and you start responding to the promise. Understand this, frustration is a test. It's a test of endurance. It's a test of belief. It's a test of mindset. It's a test of how bad you really want it. Some people let frustration write their story. Champions let faith rewrite the ending. Delay is not denial, it's development. Some of you are looking at your life right now and thinking, why hasn't it happened yet? Why am I still waiting? Why does it feel like I'm stuck while everybody else is moving forward? You're looking at the delay and assuming it means denial, but let me tell you something that will shake your mindset right now. Delay is not denial, it's development. God's not punishing you by making you wait. He's preparing you, He's equipping you, He's strengthening the parts of you that are too weak to handle the blessing you've been praying for. Because here's the truth. You don't just get what you ask for, you get what you're prepared for. You're asking for more, but are you becoming more? You're asking for increase, but are you building capacity? You're asking for open doors, but are you becoming the person who can walk through those doors with wisdom, with discipline, with integrity? Delay is where character is forged. Delay is where faith is stretched. Delay is where discipline is tested. Delay is where pride dies and patience grows. Delay is where you learn to trust the process, even when you don't like the pace. The reason most people fold during the delay is because they confuse waiting with wasting. But there's no wasted time when you're in preparation mode. The unseen grind is never wasted. The late nights where you study, the early mornings where you pray, the hours you spend working on your craft when nobody's clapping, nobody's watching, and nobody's celebrating, none of it is wasted. This is the season where you're building roots. You're strengthening your foundation. You're creating a version of yourself that won't crack under pressure when the breakthrough finally shows up. Because let's be honest, some of the things you're asking for, you're not ready for yet. If it landed in your lap today, you wouldn't know how to handle it. You'd sabotage it, you'd mismanage it, you'd lose it faster than you received it. That business you want to scale requires leadership skills you're still developing. That financial level you're praying for requires stewardship habits you're still learning. That relationship you're dreaming of requires emotional maturity you're still building. The delay is not God saying, no, it's God saying not yet, because He loves you too much to give you something that will crush you. You've got to embrace this season. Stop resenting the process and start respecting it. Stop fighting the development and start flowing with it. This is the season where you prove to yourself and to God that you can be trusted with more. This is the season where you show up even when you don't see the results. This is the season where you keep doing the work even when the rewards feel distant. And here's the powerful truth. When the timing is right, when you're ready, when the development has done its work in you, the door will open so fast it'll make your head spin. Opportunities will chase you down. Resources will find you. Connections will appear that you didn't even know existed. But none of that happens without this season of development. The delay is not your enemy. It's your training ground. It's your preparation room. It's your personal boot camp for the next level. You've been asking for, you're not stuck, you're being strengthened. You keep telling yourself you're stuck. You keep repeating it like a mantra. I feel stuck. I'm stuck in this job. I'm stuck in this season. I'm stuck in this mindset. I'm stuck financially. I'm stuck emotionally. But let me tell you the truth that's going to snap you out of that lie. You're not stuck. You're being strengthened. What you're calling stuck is actually resistance training for your soul. What you're calling stuck is where you're building mental muscle, emotional resilience, and spiritual authority. This is the part of the journey where champions are made. Nobody grows without resistance. Nobody levels up without pressure. Nobody becomes unbreakable by coasting through life without opposition. You feel like the doors aren't opening, but what's really happening is that your patience is being built. You feel like your prayers aren't being answered, but what's really happening is that your faith is being stretched. You feel like opportunities are passing you by, but what's really happening is that your focus is being refined. This is the gym for your character. This is the battlefield for your discipline. This is where you learn to fight for your future instead of folding under frustration. Some of you keep looking for an escape route, but what you really need is to lean in. Stop trying to run from this season. Start squeezing every lesson out of it. Start asking yourself, what is this teaching me? How is this growing me? How is this preparing me for what I've been praying for? Because here's the truth. The longer you stay in I'm stuck mode, the more you're going to miss the strength that's available to you right now. Every obstacle you face is a setup for the skills you'll need at the next level. Every delay you experience is a setup for the discipline you'll need when the blessings start pouring in. You're not stuck, you're learning how to persevere. You're not stuck, you're developing focus. You're not stuck, you're breaking old mindsets. You're not stuck, you're growing into the version of yourself that doesn't flinch when life throws curveballs. You've got to stop labeling the season as failure and start labeling it as formation. This is where the old version of you dies and the upgraded version of you is born. When you look back on this chapter, you're going to realize it was one of the most important seasons of your life. This is where you're learning how to keep showing up even when you don't see immediate results. This is where you're learning how to build without applause. This is where you're learning how to walk by faith and not by sight. You're being conditioned for consistency. You're being shaped for stamina. You're being tested for tenacity. So every time that feeling of stuck tries to creep back in, remind yourself, you're not stuck. You're being strengthened for something greater than you can even imagine right now. The process is proof that the promise is real. The process you're going through right now, the long nights, the setbacks, the rejections, the silent seasons, the prayers that feel unanswered, all of it is proof that the promise is real. If there was no promise, there would be no process. If there was nothing great on the other side, you wouldn't be going through this much preparation. The struggle is a signal. The pressure is confirmation. The resistance is evidence that something greater is being built inside you. The process is not punishment, it's positioning. It's God's way of refining you, stretching you, and shaping you into the person who can handle the weight of the promise. Because, let's be honest, everybody wants the promise, but few people are willing to endure the process. The process is where discipline is formed. The process is where faith is tested. The process is where patience is developed. The process is where your mindset shifts from wanting it easy to being ready for excellence. Every obstacle is teaching you how to overcome. Every delay is teaching you how to endure. Every failure is teaching you how to bounce back stronger. The process is removing the parts of you that would sabotage the promise if you received it too soon. You're not being overlooked, you're being overhauled. You're not being denied, you're being developed. This is the training ground for your destiny. The more intense the process, the more valuable the promise. The fact that you're going through all this means something powerful is attached to your name. You've got to shift your mindset from frustration to expectation. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Start declaring, this is happening for me. The process is building something in you that comfort never could. It's preparing you for rooms you're about to walk into, opportunities you're about to receive, and blessings you're about to manage. Quitting guarantees failure. Endurance guarantees breakthrough. Every time you think about quitting, you're standing at a crossroads. One road leads to guaranteed failure. The other leads to breakthrough. The only difference between the two is your decision to endure. People don't fail because they don't have talent. They don't fail because they lack opportunity. They fail because they quit too soon. They let frustration write their ending. They let fear make their decisions. They let doubt dictate their next move. But the truth is simple. If you don't quit, you can't lose. If you keep showing up, keep trying, keep pushing, keep believing, the breakthrough has no choice but to show up. The universe bends for people who refuse to bend under pressure. Most people quit right before the finish line. They stop digging when they're inches away from gold. They stop pushing when the door was one more knock from opening. They stop speaking life when they were one declaration away from shifting the atmosphere. Quitting feels easy in the moment, but it comes with a lifetime of regret. Endurance feels hard in the moment, but it comes with a lifetime of reward. Every champion you admire had 100 moments where quitting looked easier, but they chose endurance. They chose to stay in the fight. They chose to believe when doubt was screaming. They chose to act when fear was paralyzing. They chose to move when everything in them said, sit still. Your breakthrough is not locked in the future. It's locked in your endurance. Every day you stay committed, you're getting closer. Every day you refuse to quit, you're building momentum. Every day you show up, you're shifting the odds in your favor. The pain you feel today will pale in comparison to the joy of the breakthrough tomorrow. Speak it until you see it. Declare your victory daily. Your words are not just sounds, they are seeds. Every time you open your mouth and speak life over your situation, you're planting something in the atmosphere. Too many people are waiting to see results before they start speaking victory, but that's backwards thinking. You don't wait until the breakthrough comes to start declaring it. You speak it until you see it. You declare it in the morning when nothing looks different. You declare it at night when doubt creeps in. You declare it when your bank account says no, when your body feels weak, when the business feels stuck, when the relationship feels broken. Every word you speak is creating your reality. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. If you keep speaking defeat, you'll keep living defeated. If you keep speaking lack, you'll keep experiencing lack. But when you decide to speak victory, speak overflow, speak healing, speak breakthrough, speak success, speak abundance, everything starts to shift. The atmosphere starts to respond to your declaration. Heaven backs up your faith. Doors start opening. Opportunities start showing up. You've got to become your own prophet. Speak what you want, not what you see. Speak where you're going, not where you are. Speak like the blessing is already in your hands. Your next level is waiting on your next decision to not give up. The next level of your life is not waiting on more time, more money, or more opportunities. It's waiting on one thing, your decision to not give up. Everything you've been asking for is already in motion, but it's tied to your ability to stay the course. Too many people stand on the edge of breakthrough and let discouragement pull them back. They let fear freeze them. They let failure convince them that it's over. But your next level doesn't unlock with comfort. It unlocks with consistency. You've got to decide right now that quitting is off the table, that giving up is no longer an option, that no matter how tired you get, how slow the progress feels, how many people doubt you, you're staying in the game, you're showing up with faith, you're moving with expectancy, you're making the next decision that says, I'm still in this, I'm still building, I'm still believing, because the truth is, every time you choose not to give up, you're one step closer to the next level that's already waiting for you. Now listen, let me bring this all together for you. You started this video hearing the rule that flips the switch. I don't care how long it takes. If I want it, I will get it. And from there, we walked through what it really takes. We broke the mindset that says time controls you, and we replaced it with desire that dominates every deadline. We exposed the lie that you're waiting on time, when really time's been waiting on your decision. We shattered the habit of counting the days and instead activated the power to make every day count. We silenced frustration and elevated faith to be the loudest voice in your life. We realized delay isn't denial, it's development, your preparation season for the promise. We shut down that stuck mindset and recognized you're being strengthened for the next level. We embraced the process, knowing that the pressure is proof, the promise is real. We declared endurance over quitting because quitting guarantees failure, but endurance guarantees breakthrough. We commanded our words to align with victory, speaking it until we see it. And finally, we sealed it all by understanding that your next level is sitting right on the other side of one more decision to not give up. You've been equipped, you've been challenged, you've been activated. Now it's your move. So here's the truth. You've heard the rule, you've felt the shift. Now it's your turn to make the move. Don't sit on this. Don't let this just be another video you watched and forgot about. If this message stirred something in you, if it woke up your spirit, if it challenged your thinking, do me a favor, hit that like button, share this with somebody who needs it. Subscribe right now to Myron Golden. Track for more content that speaks to your faith, your finances, and your future. And if you're really serious about leveling up, join the membership today and let's go deeper together. Your next level is already waiting. Now it's your turn to go get it.